We got to talk about, we're Dos Incredibles. We got the hoods.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Vince. Vincent
McMahon.
Kennedy McMahon.
Naughty boy.
Yeah,
for shame, lad.
He's doing some stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors that this could be it for him.
I think we should talk about that first.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the way.
You want to just get it in? Yeah, because it
way.
feels dirty talking about it, because this is our childhood. This is the voice of the 80s when it comes to pro wrestling. And now he's he's had a lot of sexual scandals before. I mean, he's had a lot, but this one, the chickens are coming home to roost, Bobby Boucher.
It's like the Bill Cosby of the wrestling world.
That's what it feels like. Really does feel like that. They had a paralegal. She was making $100K a year. She got a raise to $200K. Yes.
Thank you, folks. He'll be here all week. Look at it. Just set it up, Jeffrey.
And there it was. And then something happened, and monies was sent for the hushes. This hush money of the $3 million. And I guess the board got wind of it. And now he has officially stepped down as CEO and chairman. Right. And Stephanie,
his daughters,
she came back, she just left on a personal sabbatical to spend more time with her family. Triple H just went through some health issues, and now she's getting pulled back in.
Yeah,
but can't
let that legacy go. That's it.
No, I mean she would be fourth generation promoters, right? Vince's grandfather Jess promoting boxing, and then his dad promoting wrestling, and then him, and it was either going to be Shane or Steph, and now it looks like Steph got the call. Although he did, during the steroid trials, he did pass over chairman CEO to Linda McMahon, but he got it back. The difference is it was not a public company back then.
Yeah.
Now there's a chance he might not get it back.
Yeah. I heard he's retaining creative control, though.
Yeah, he's retaining, because you see him walking out there swinging D, doing his strut like nothing happened, right?
Oh yeah, brother.
He just threw the mic, and he just basically took a chance. It was like, well, we're going to use it to spike the ratings, and I'm going to put over our logo and the company creed and throw the mic and walk away.
But do we stop watching? No. It's going to keep their little soap opera going for the next generation. So,
yeah,
I give Vince props on that. He came out, he used the heat to spike the ratings. That's just carny till he dies.
He's definitely a carny till he dies. Well, this obviously is a fascinating, and they are working on a movie about his life. But
isn't it written and directed by him or something like that?
by himself. Like, it's literally happening as we speak.
Oh wow!
Because can you imagine? That's the pitch. There's this carny, and all of a sudden he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
What's gonna
fade to black? Yeah. I'll be in my trailer.
That's what you get, and that's what you get with Vince. And I don't know, they're having some problems. They've had PR problems that they weathered the storm, but doesn't this feel a little different? This one feels a little different.
Yeah. Now you got stockholders. Now you've got folks you got to answer to. All of a sudden, it's a big deal. They used to get away with a lot of stuff. Just look at the plane ride from hell, right?
Oh,
you think that would fly today if anything close to that happened?
Oh my God, no, not even close.
To get thrown out the window.
And now the whole investigation is, okay, was that $3 million for your booty money? Was that Fox money? Was that NBC Universal money? Was that Disney money? Because they have a deal with Hulu, which brings in Disney. So you got three big corporate conglomerates.
SEC.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
you down with SEC? Yeah, you know me.
Pay it up.
So that could be a problem. I don't think it's a problem with him not having the CEO. It's the creative. From our standpoint,
I built it.
Yeah. I think they're going to literally have to drag him out of the gorilla position, because he's the chairman and CEO whether he has that title or not, and I think he knows that. The buck stops with him creative. What happens if they say, sorry, you're not allowed to be back here anymore?
I will set this thing on fire.
I think he would burn it to the ground. Yeah. I mean, he's been working
with all that polyester and all that stretchy pants up. Like, hell yeah, dude, everybody would go up like a can of film, man.
Well, we found an old archive of a bunch of Zubaz pants, and they just went poof. I didn't know.
Those are highly flammable.
Yes.
The dyes in them.
Yes.
We're not
That's
safe.
why you use mothballs.
You'd have the fanny packs where you They're very flammable.
Can I just say, does anything? This is what I have to call out about this whole situation. I mean, we've all seen the sexual harassment stuff before, right? But does it seem odd to you that Stephanie left? What was it? A couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
a few weeks ago, and they kind of buried her on her way out. Did you see that somebody leaked a story about how she was doing a really bad job? And,
a little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit.
And then all of a sudden, like, she's back in control? I don't know. I get, like, some sort of Game of Thrones-y Succession vibe here.
It's like, if you want to back in the family, you're going to have to clean up your PR and then suck it up and get back in here.
No, you're right. And then on top of that, the secession vibe with the PR. What about the insider trading? Now you're getting SEC involved because there's rumors of a stock dump that of a lot of like the Kevin Dunns and like a lot of the insiders. That's a no-no. That's a frowned upon, right? So if they got any kind of rumors there, so stuff is getting stirred up.
So the thing was, I heard that only the folks on the board knew about the McMahon case, the whole NDA stuff.
Oh, okay.
So they're theorizing that it had to be somebody on the board that leaked it.
Wow.
That leaked that whole story.
Of course.
And you know who else is on the board? Stephanie and Triple H.
Really?
I don't know. Do they got heat?
Bro, come on.
That's a good question. I mean, if you the shoot interview with Triple H is he almost died, right? His Widowmaker almost finished him off.
Yeah.
So because clearly he would be the guy that, you want to give the reins to. Him and Stephanie, I feel like the company would be
They're going a different direction.
Yeah, and it would be in good hands. I mean, I think Vince would be okay with it. It's kind of interesting that Paul Heyman is still kind of hanging in there as like a top guy, creative. Does that mean if this all goes down the way it's looking like, that ECW wins the war?
Right.
I waited you out, Vince McMahon.
I'm sure Vince has some clause in his contract.
Didn't take me.
Heyman will never have creative control ever.
My gosh. I mean, but SmackDown had killer ratings when Heyman was running it. Right now the ratings, well, we talked about this, Chucky, on here. Ratings don't matter anymore because guess what? In the streaming wars, they keep those numbers hidden. Even though now, we work in the same industry, how easy it is to track how many clicks this thing is getting. So now the ratings could be more precise than ever, but no one's telling nothing. Nobody's saying nothing, and they're keeping that close to their vest. So Vince played into that. He's like, you know what? I'll get rid of my network and I'll take all this NBC Peacock money. And like, you can have the network. We're already up to like 1 million subscribers and they'll all go over there to you. So he didn't care about ratings.
Yeah.
And then
he already had his bag of gold and he's out.
He got a $1 billion
check. He knew what he
check.
was doing. Yeah.
He got another $1 billion. So between that money, then you got the Fox money that you're just paying that ad revenue. He's getting that. Yeah. And then make no mistake, it only happens once a year. That Saudi prince money is big money.
Yeah. And there's another investigation that'll probably happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a few law firms now that are in exploratory stage of other women that may have been.
See, is it not the hypocrisy is, that whole wrestling arena, and then there's women in there fighting each other, wrestling.
Yeah.
And then he's over here doing this dirty-ish to women on the side, and then it's like, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I just hear that piano theme from Goodfellas playing at the WWE headquarters right now. It's like in Goodfellas, and they're finding all the bodies. And
yeah,
slow
they're
motion,
going.
just pulling people out of their offices, showing up with papers.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine all the stuff that happened before there was public scrutiny on there? So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but something feels different about this one. And everyone's like, Vince is going to have to die before they get him out of there. And I feel like it's challenge accepted because he's 70 years old and they're like, oh, this must be an old scandal, right? He's not sleeping with women. This was 3 years ago. This was 3 years ago.
I'm taking it to my grave. He's going to be on his deathbed. And like, here's what happened.
I mean, it's 2019 and he's got to be taking some kind of testosterone. You don't walk swinging like that.
Do you think he's got a giant self-destruct button on WWE somewhere where in case of he's removed from power, he just destroys the whole thing like Mad Max?
I feel like
today's Limp Penis brought to you by Vince McMahon.
I feel like that is the only way he'd go out. He's not going to go out and say, you know what, I'm going to retire. I've done enough. No, he's going to go out swinging.
That's the burn that set everything on fire. Like, he'll put cyanide in everybody's drinks that night or something. It's like, come on out, bring the kiddies with you. We got hot dogs and balloons. Did you try the Kool-Aid?
So the other interesting portion of this story, Charlie, and you may not know this, is they've been bringing in outsiders of pro wrestling for a long time. But they brought in an outsider that's a higher up outsider, Nick Khan, and he's basically like a corporate pirate. So he knows how to navigate that type of dirty business. So there's a lot of rumors going around that he's navigating a lot of this stuff, and he might be the leak, and he's the one that's doing this power play, and that he's the one that's going to get.
Wait, who might be the leak?
Nick Khan. Well, he's not on the board, but Nick Khan might be basically the Senator Palpatine that's working his way up to Emperor.
Who benefits?
Him.
Yeah, follow the money.
Yeah, Nick Khan, right? Wouldn't you like to be the one that's controlling the reins and the purse strings of WWE? And don't get me wrong, he's not looking to run it forever. He's the kind of guy that will turn and burn. He'll smack it up, flip it, rub it down, and move on. He'll get that money. He'll sell it to some other conglomerate, and then he'll move on and do it another one. This dude could be the Richard Gere from Pretty Woman character, just a little bit dirtier.
I'm going to buy your wrestling company and break it up into smaller wrestling companies.
Yes.
And then sell those.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Take your indecent proposal. You can have that one. $1 million? That's it? That's all you think I'm worth? This is bullshit.
And then meanwhile, on the other side, WWE for the first time has really legitimate, an alternative. I don't know if I'd call them competition yet, but it is competition in the sense where they can afford to pay wrestlers to ply their trade and not have to say yes to everything that WWE says. And I feel like they're going through a weird stage right now, where the people are questioning their creative, because now Tony Khan, not to be confused with Nick Khan, Tony Khan running AEW. Yeah.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan.
That was really good.
No one's made a Shaka Khan reference in a while.
If my eyes were closed, I would literally thought that I had 98.7 Kiss on there and had the B was about to.
Got your leg warmers on?
Yeah, that's it. So we will see. But we will see if Vince survives this or if WWE survives it. I think it'll survive. It is like he put over his logo, then, now, together, forever together. He rickrolled us and said together forever in his own way. But I can see somebody buying the brand, and it's got a rich history, and it's got like over 50 years worth of video footage.
Yeah.
So it's worth something.
Many suplexes have
been recorded and digitized, and he's already going through that. So it's got tons of value. So, but does anybody
should we put a bid on it? Do you think we could get in on how much did we get together to purchase WWE?
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. Sorry, I was a little flat on that. That was me. Can we do it again?
Yes.
Were we recording in the booth?
So yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. But we watch out of habit. Like right now, creatively, it's been pretty stale. They had a pretty good. They're going on a little bit of a pretty decent creative run right now. They're struggling a little bit because Roman Reigns is like, I'm now a part-time guy, and I kind of respect that, because now you shouldn't see the champion every week, and now people are going to want him to lose the belt. So creatively, I think they're going through a pretty good phase right now.
And they're allowing tassels back on the costumes, so you can wear the long fringe arms.
Dude, we laugh, but the way the micromanagement that goes into there, to the point where you can't go out there and be the character that you want to be.
Yeah, that fine print is really fine.
Yeah,
it's like, where's your pint of blood? You're supposed to pour all over the contract and set it on fire. Satan, do you see this? It is loud.
Validated.